I am not surprised at all by Ashley Jones' success at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. A few years back, she placed 12th, and I made a segment, the competitors to watch, and I mentioned her name.
Do you notice how Lola's kind of like trying to undermine her legs so much that she's kind of pigeon-toeing herself right here?
She could open a little bit more to emphasize the quads.
I think she just overthought this front pose.
Yeah. Athletes and fans around the world, welcome to another episode of Primetime Muscle. Happy New Year. This is Tim Wilkins, Tarek Elgindi.
Well, I think this is going to be the greatest year of my life. I have a feeling. Yes, for some reason I have a feeling this is going to be the greatest year of my life.
Was it Magic 8 Ball? Who told you that? Fortune cookie?
It was a fortune cookie.
Chris Cormier, the real deal. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How you doing, my man? Let me give you a business shake.
Yeah, it was business shake. That was too, well, it got weird for me.
Yeah.
So, some New Year's festivities last night? We got the shades on?
Yeah, man, I had a late one last night, just bringing it all in and just having a great time. How'd you do? How'd you do last night?
I was typical for my age. I was asleep early. we did a countdown about 9.
And then call it a day.
Call it a day. Yeah, it's going to be a great year. Did you get any foretellings that there's big stuff?
This is going to be a great one, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the season to happen. Can't wait to see these bodies and these posing trunks like Tarek loves to look at. That's Tarek's favorite thing, the posing trunks. That drives him so wild.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Wow.
You always know the colors of all the guys posing trunks.
Chris.
Yes, you do.
That's my point of reference. That's their uniform.
That's a uniform.
So, gentlemen, we all try to debate whether or not we would get excited. It is truly exciting. It is 2026. This is season 5 of Primetime Muscle. There were literally competitors that weren't old enough to compete.
Tarek has more gray hair
you know, not only the show has great sponsorship, a lot of the coaches love the show, the athletes. This is the show that we speak extensively. The people that watch Primetime Muscle are really great bodybuilding fans.
Right.
A lot of times people that have been in the industry 30, 40 years, fans of bodybuilding, they want to know why this guy beat that guy. So it's a great show. Now, what fills my heart of satisfaction is that Bob and Sean, they tried to do a show and they failed. They failed. No wonder they both hate us. They failed, and here we are doing it for the 5th year. So Sean, Bob, you guys failed. You guys have freaking zero charisma. I mean, talk about two of the most hated guys in bodybuilding, right? And here you are, Chris Cormier beating the hell out of you guys.
Churros.
Chris has beaten you guys, and he's been high for 5 seasons.
You know, and I want to applaud Chris. We were talking about New Year's resolutions. And Chris said he's going to be the golden era pro, not to live mentally in the golden era anymore. These guys from the 90s and 2000s, oh, if he was back in my day, you sound like an old man saying, get off my lawn. Unless Derek Lunsford runs into Marty McFly and gets in a DeLorean and goes back to 1998, nobody gives a crap.
Pretty much.
I appreciate you're going to be using your expertise for the future.
I'm trying to help the next generation, and the best way I can, as long as I can. That's it.
Camp Cormier lives again.
That's all. That's all it is.
You had a bunch of kids turn pro last year, like you always do.
Yeah, man. I've been around the world in a lot of competitions, a lot of countries. Dubai a couple times a year. China. Spreading the word, spreading fitness, motivating. That's it.
Yep. I know where your mind went.
When he said spreading,
let's get right to our topic, kids.
I said, oh, wow.
Let's
stop.
One-man CDC.
We got a little touch of pink today. I just want to point that out.
You do.
Yeah, I got pink too. Honoring the ladies today. We're going to talk about the ladies. Nice segue to Tim Wilkins.
Nice
for
segue.
The ladies.
Ladies. Andrea Shaw retained her title last year. Looked amazing. Really brought it. But there was one, I don't know if I want to say surprise, but one dominant message that was sent.
I'm not surprised. Reggie, put the camera on me.
First time of the new year. Let's go.
First time of the new year. Okay. I am not surprised at all by Ashley Jones' success at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. A few years back, she placed 12th. And I made a segment, the competitors to watch, and I mentioned her name. Based on genetics, Ashley Jones is the matrix. And when I say the matrix, she is the one that can dethrone Andrea Shaw.
What does that say about the other girls? Did you see they were,
Lavina Barrios.
Lavina
what does that
Barrios
say?
is fantastic. She has very
Yo?
good genetics. Angela Yo is the queen of conditioning.
Korableva.
And Korableva has all the mass. But when it comes to physical structure, Ashley Jones can surpass Andrea Shaw. You have to take in consideration that when you are a champion, like 6-time champions,
right.
Andrea has beaten people that were bigger than her. She's beaten people that have even better conditioning than her. But when you see somebody with a better structure, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, you're the superstar former athlete. When you see somebody with an amazing physical structure, that's when you start worrying about, right or wrong.
Yes, it's not about how big you look in your sweatsuit backstage. It's the people that's smaller, and it'll appear smaller in the tracksuit, but yet the guys that were bigger, I was like, I never worried about those guys, never. But Ashley Jones, like we did a few workouts together, me and her, in Texas. She's in Dallas. Go Dallas Cowboys. And then I feel like if she could bring in more detail in her lower half, I think her back double bicep is the best in the sport.
Well, no, hold on one second. Put the camera on me again. I need this. This is a message to the NFL. None of us care about the Dallas Cowboys.
All of us. It's
None
America's
of us.
team.
Okay, this
But
is
you're not born in
direct-
America.
Hold on one second.
You're not born in
Hold
America.
on one second. Hold on one second.
If you're
I want to give a message to the NFL, to the NFL commissioner. I'm a huge football fan. Nobody cares about the Dallas Cowboys. They were America's team 30 years ago. Get the Dallas Cowboys out of primetime television.
What?
Nobody wants to watch them. They're not good. They're not winning the
Blasphemy.
playoffs. Get them out. I speak on behalf
Blasphemy.
of all the teams. Get the Dallas Cowboys out of primetime. We want to watch better teams. Sorry.
I'm going to call and have your
Apparently you-
citizenship revoked.
apparently you're not.
If Jerry Jones was here, I would tell
You're
him.
showing
to his
you how
face.
much American you're
Okay.
not.
All
You're
right.
showing
Let's
how
go to
much
the board, Johnny.
American you're not.
So let's talk about the message she sent and this amazing structure, this package. And she's tiny, but she is perfectly proportioned.
Yes, has enough mass. All we need to do here now is create a little bit more detail throughout the quads, throughout the hamstrings. I mean, as you see the back here, I mean, she's only like 5 feet tall, but she packs a wallop with that back double bicep. Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, that's what you want to do when you're bodybuilding. It's just a straight anatomy chart at its best. Look at the V taper.
I was going to say she needed more quads and hams, but it's beautiful. The package.
I think just the detail is going to bring out the rest of that, and then a little bit improving. She can still do a little bit more with the posing. She's a great poser. She just did the show in Las Vegas at the what's the name?
Steve
at
Carr.
The Steve Carr in Las Vegas.
Steve Carr Classic, promoted
Yeah.
by Austin.
And then she appeared backstage. I was like, man, maybe she's holding a little bit of water. But when she came out, everything was in there just as dicey as it was at the Olympia. And I was like, okay, I see it now.
You know, I want to give credit to all these competitors. You look at them, and they're beautiful women. They're a lot. In the past, we were talking about women's bodybuilding not being very feminine, and I got to give them credit. They're beautiful women. Some of them are my friends, so I can say this. They're gorgeous women. They have the glutes. They have the legs. I think the category has been really well represented. I think Ashley Jones is the one that can beat Andrea Shaw for one simple reason. The lower lat insertion. If you can say one thing about Andrea Shaw's physique that she could have better, is the lat insertions are a little bit high. And now she's facing somebody that has lower lat insertions. And I agree with Chris Cormier. If she comes in just a little bit more conditioned, a little bit more muscle maturity, she can take down. Here, stop on the back, on the front lat spread. Right here. You can see the lower lat insertion and the high lat insertion.
And that's just genetics, though. There's no getting around that.
That's just genetics. Kai Green had very low lat insertions. And that's where Ashley Jones can expose Andrea Shaw. Do you agree with me, Christopher?
Yes, I do. For the first time in 2026, I agree with you. So that's where it's at.
And
you're gonna have
Levine
to,
is beautiful,
expose
too.
that. You got to really display that. So many poses, you have to show how you can impose on another person's weakness. That's how you're going to get the championship.
Guys, what are we looking at for time frame for Ashley Jones' initial peak? Are we a year out? Are we this year's Olympia that she's going to be big enough to take on the champ?
I think this is the year. I think this is the year because, I mean, she's right there. She's freshly in the judges' minds from last year. They spoken with her. They told her, hey, you don't need to get any bigger. You just got to refine and bring out your best conditioning. And that's going to be the closest shot you have of taking the champion, because she's going to come with it also. She's not someone that want to give up the title. I mean, some of the things that need to change is the champion's posing. I mean, when you see your leg coming down and the knee and then the ankle is bent and then the toes come in, that's not what you want to do in that pose. This has to be flipped out.
To get that medialis to come and get that teardrop to pop.
Yeah, to get all that to pop.
Yeah.
So right now she's holding herself back in this pose, and she can do better with that. I mean, even with those poses, you can see a whole nother dimension of the champion we haven't seen so far.
Andrea Shaw was possibly at her best, but Ashley Jones brought the heat. I don't think this is a 1-2 year project. It's right now, Tim. In 2026, Ashley Jones needs to tell herself, I can beat Andrea Shaw. The time is right now. Get a little bit more conditioned, practice your posing. And I know they're friends. But Andrea Shaw is going to use that in her advantage. It's like Ramon and Chris Bumstead. They were friends, and Ramon saw Chris as kind of like a mentor. And it prevented Ramon from really attacking Chris on stage and letting everybody know, hey, I'm here to win this show. Ashley Jones cannot be mentored by Andrea Shaw. She needs to start looking at Andrea Shaw as, your time has passed. I'm the present. We've been friends, but I'm here to get the money.
Yeah, that's the same thing I did with Flex Wheeler. I felt like he wanted me to be running behind him like he was. I thought he wanted to be the James Brown and just put his cape over his back while he's singing. And I'm like, no, I want to beat you. I don't want to be your security. I don't want to be none of that. I want to be the forefront. I want to be Michael Jackson.
Well, to your point about Bumstead and Ramon, there was also a bit of an intimidation and fear factor you'd see when they'd be out there. You'd see him kind of allowing Chris to be the champion.
Yes, it was complete BS, Tim. They sucked
didn't
up
like
to
it.
him. I was furious. I come from a jiu-jitsu background, okay? I'm a black belt. If somebody tells me, hey, that guy is the black belt world champion, and I got to fight with him for 5 minutes, I want to destroy him. I'm not going to say, hey, man, I'm just so honored to be here and fight with you. This is going to be a great thing for me. I'm going to take a selfie with you and show it to my wife. It's like, what? Guys, you are in the competitive world. Ashley Jones, she wants to get the money in her pocket. She wants to put the down payment for a house, for something. Get the money from Andrea Shaw. She's got plenty of money. She won plenty of titles. She's got cars. Your time is over. It's my time to make money. You're taking it away from my family.
But now Andrea's saying, I want to beat Linda's record, then I want to beat Iris's record, then I want to be the greatest of all time. So we've got a great year of women's bodybuilding ahead. And we've also recently crowned a new figure champion. And we've got a couple people that are chomping and not happy about her holding that title. We'll see how that breaks down when we come back. More primetime muscle coming to you right now. And we're talking about figure. So Sid Gillen vacated the title this last year. And it was interesting because there were a couple of people in that heir apparent. Was it going to be Jessica Reyes-Padilla? Was it going to be Lola Montez? And Rhea Gale, to my knowledge and all of our talks, was not in that conversation.
Well, it was in my conversation, Timothy.
Really?
Yes. So just pay attention.
Okay.
She wins Texas. She wins Texas approximately about 2 months prior to the Olympia. Rhea Gale, she has won plenty of shows. And she has one of the best V-tapers. The criticism against her has always been that the beautiful V-taper she has does not match the legs. The legs need to be bigger. She needs a better quad sweep. When she wins in Texas, Freddie Naidu's show, you can see that her quads were coming out. On Olympia News, I say, this could be the year that she becomes Olympia figure champion. So if you watched Olympia News, you would know she was in the circle. Yeah, I said that. I know the competitors better than anybody.
Well, you're a judge. I hope you're doing that. I hope you're looking, not on the phone.
Remember Chris? He was great.
You're gonna get clocked. You're gonna get clocked.
What do you see here with the suit, with the torso of the Olympia champion, Tarek? What are you seeing here as a judge?
So first of all, I think these 4 competitors are incredible. I think there's a separation between them and some of the other girls that got on the second call out. I don't feel like anybody that was on the second call out was me. Okay, stop right here. This is tremendous back separation. She's got a tremendous V-taper. That's what she's known for. Even when Sydney Gillen was competing from the back, she was always formidable. She's got a great back too.
Lola has a small waist.
Lola has a small waist, but one of the things is we told Lola to reduce a little bit of the size on the legs, and she's done a great job. I do think that maybe the lats to match Rhea could be just a little wider. Right. It's not a matter of adding density. It's just a matter of adding width.
And the conditioning was phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, look right there.
Yes.
Yeah, and I see, the rhomboids are lacking here. The teres majors lacking here. The lats, I mean, you can see it just a little more prominent.
And let me give you another background. Rhea Gale was part of the Olympic diving team for the United Kingdom, okay?
All right.
When she was a teenager, she was part of the Olympic diving team. This back development comes from years and years of swimming and diving. And that's why the legs were not a match, because you don't emphasize that much. So these are, the muscle maturity is here based on her previous profession.
That was a cool fun fact, Tarek.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Very
count on
cool.
me
So
for
when
that
she dives
kind of
into the water, she gets mass on her back. That what you saying?
Did she fly? Like a flying squirrel.
mass on the back.
First of all,
when they enter the water.
You would hope most people dive into water.
When they enter the water, you guys, you get mass on your back.
Now, hold on. If you think that you don't create any type of athleticism or development by being a diver, it's like a gymnast. Have you seen a gymnast? They had better biceps than you have.
I'm not looking at one now.
Okay?
I'm not looking at one now, that's for sure.
So I recommend you do your homework.
Once you turn around and go back to work. Once you turn around,
study athletics.
Once you turn around and try to do your job.
And then you know what you're doing, okay?
19 minutes into the new year. We made it 14 minutes longer than we all bet. All right, let's keep this rolling. And so here was another big surprise.
Another diver.
Germany. Wow, she was Germany, right?
Beautiful competitor.
Look at that.
One with me in. Now stop right here.
I mean,
can you go back a little bit? Go back a little bit so we can get him on the pose.
I could see
there you
her
go.
Making a big.
Look at this. Fantastic, fantastic.
When she came out at prejudge, I was blown away.
Correct.
The
yeah.
proportions and the.
I like her, but
everything.
Let's look at the clavicles of her compared to Rhea and compared to Lola. I think the clavicles on Rhea Gale and Lola Montez are just a little bit wider than Denise. And for that matter, Jessica Reyes-Padilla was a little bit streamlined. I think she over-dieted, and she was a little bit streamlined. If she had displayed the same physique she did at the Masters Olympia, she might have won the show. But right here in this shot, we can see why Lola Montez and Rhea Gale are in the center is because their width on the clavicles are a little bit larger, and they're also doing their homework with the quads right here.
But Lola has great proportions and balance, I think, more balance than before, and her torso to me is prototypical for this category.
Well, it was a one-point decision, so some people thought Lola Montez won the show. Rhea Gale won by 1 point. They're fantastic competitors, and I foresee a rivalry for years to come. Now, Jessica is going to come back on fire, and Denise has just won in November Romania Muscle Fest. So she's already qualified. She's back at the Olympia.
So you see the length of the torso from the suit. The suit is going way up here. Hers is like how it should be. Is that where? I mean, how is that sticking? Like
well, so here's the strategy, right? The shorter your torso and the longer the legs, the better you look. If you have a long torso and shorter legs, then you're kind of like Paco Batista, right? If we look at your physique, you had shorter torso and longer legs, even though you're kind of a midget.
I had longer legs, and I had shorter torso and longer
correct.
Longer torso and shorter legs.
I mean, if you look at your physique compared to Paco Batista.
Oh, shit.
Right? Huge torso, shorter legs. If you want to be genetically gifted, you're talking about longer legs and a shorter torso, proportion to your height.
Yes.
So this is a great pose. Now, you're right, Jessica was streamlined. This pose for Lola, though, with the shoulders, the cap, and the arms.
But she improved her posing and everything.
Yeah, she
Lola
improved it.
totally improved her
Lola,
posing.
she won Pittsburgh. She's an incredible competitor. Again, guys, she lost by 1 point. Judges believe that she won the event. She's right there. Nobody's going to be surprised if she's the 2026 Olympia figure champion.
All right, let's roll this forward just a bit and get some more comparison.
Oh. She really worked on her posing because she was definitely a lot better there.
Let's see. Can we go back to that front pose? Reggie, Carter, go back when they hit right there. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Hold on there, buddy.
So here's the deal. Here's what I think Rhea Gale won the Olympia. Tell me right now that V-taper, right, with the legs. She didn't have these legs before. She worked very hard to get.
So she has, you can see she had fuller mass in the quads here. And then Lola's is down from how they normally are. So maybe just overdid trying to streamline a little
now
bit.
look at the V-taper as well.
Right.
Of Rhea.
Yeah. That's an X.
Yeah, she's got some meat right
now,
there.
for that matter, though, with Denise, if she's making that, she's got the beautiful proportions on the bottom, but she's got to widen them out because she does have a wider waist. So she's going to have to really expand a bit more on the lats and a bit more on the quads to keep that V as attractive.
Correct. Now you're talking about...
She needs more lats.
Yeah, these four people are genetically, superior than most human beings. When you talked about figure, and this is one of the things people come to me and say, Tarek, I want to switch categories. I want to go to figure. Figure is the hardest category to do it if you don't have great genetics.
You have to
Why?
be born.
You are doing a front stance and you're exposing your waist. There's no line. Bikini, wellness, bodybuilding, you can create angles. In figure, you cannot create angles. It's right there.
That's right.
So if you're on the first call out of the Olympian figure, you're a genetic freak. And these girls are genetic freaks.
But do you notice how Lola's kind of like trying to undermine her legs so much that she's kind of pigeon-toeing herself right here?
She could open a little bit more to emphasize the quads.
I think she just overthought this front pose.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, girl.
Well, it's going to be interesting. So, Jessica, did she win? She won Masters Olympia again this year, correct?
She did, yeah. She got a new haircut over there at the Olympia. I thought the haircut got a lot of attention. You know, I would go back to a little bit. She has the curly hair. I would go back to that. And it's not like we're judging the hair, but every time you're a top competitor and you do something that's completely exotic.
It has something to do with your physique.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Your package.
It is part of your package. I see men's physique guys with white shorts and they're stained. That's a mistake, bro. Now we're looking at the shorts. And right here, they're all beautiful, but I would like to see Jessica's hair go back to the curly where, you know, the focus is solely on her physique.
Yeah, I think she just overplayed the legs on Lola. I see that more so now.
It's okay, Chris.
Well,
I'm here to educate you about, you know, analyzing bodybuilding. You're a great competitor, but your eye for bodybuilding judging is borderline horrific.
You better kick it down a notch.
Borderline horrific.
Been around longer. You've
I mean, I think Steve Weinberger is
been bodybuilding longer.
Steve Weinberger, who's one of the greatest judges. Steve Weinberger, who's one of the greatest judges of bodybuilding. He once said, "We are all lucky Chris Cormier is not on the judging panel."
I don't want to date.
And I second that because I spend time with you. You have a horrific eye for judging bodybuilding.
It's the first of the year.
Great competitor, amazing competitor, one of my favorites, one of the top 10.
Let me
but
come
to
across
analyze bodybuilding, you don't
top
have
10
the
in
eye.
the history or top 10 in the.
I think you're one of the top 10 greatest bodybuilders of all times. Even though you didn't win the Olympia, I would consider you one of the top 10
judging. That's
greatest
not my
bodybuilders.
ability.
When it comes time to analyze bodybuilding, oh my God.
That was poor judging.
So, guys, you know, everybody's starting out the new year. You know, champions trying to retain their titles, everybody vying for new ones. And a lot of new competitors that watch the show, fans of the sport, are saying, all right, how can I take my routine up a notch? 80% diet and supplementation, 20%, and it's 80% what you put on your plate and 20% the plates you put on the bar. So you got to have the best supplements. What would you use, Tarek?
I would use Pro Zero. I mean, I've said this many times, okay? Here's the deal, guys. You have 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and it's just 25 grams of protein. You're going into your final days of dieting, and you want to be 100% sure with the consumption of carbohydrates, sugar, and fat that you have. I would only rely on global formulas. It's right here on the label, and it says 25 grams of protein. I've tasted, it's incredible. This is the protein that I would use if I was in the final prep days.
Well, we thank Global Formulas for their support, and I encourage you to try out all their great products, including the other one sitting over there, Pumped, the stim-free pre-workout, and BioFreak WTF, the new formulation. Global Formulas definitely concentrates on their formulations. Guys,
it's the first of the year. Let's tap on that like button. Tap on the like button. Let's do it right now. Don't be lazy. Go ahead.
And give us your thoughts on things that we covered today or topics you'd like to see us covered in the future. Andrea Shaw and Ashley Jones, what you think that's going to end up doing, how that's going to end up for the year, or who's going to be a surprise standout in women's bodybuilding. Women's figure.
Wow.
Lola. She was a showgirl.
You went Barry Manilow. I was going the Kinks. Okay.
Okay then. All right.
I was going Kinks. All right. Tarek El Guindy, the Big Hustle.
Great to be here 2026 is going to be an amazing year. I foresee incredible surprises at the Mr. Olympia. Get your tickets right now so you don't bug the hell out of me when I'm there.
Yeah.
And according to one of the guys on this panel, one of the 10 best bodybuilders of all time, Chris
time.
Cormier. You heard that, right?
I heard that.
All right.
I'll take that. Great. Thank you, brother. I knew you liked me.
Way to kick off the year.
And we're going to have a better relationship this year. I got a feeling.
Dude, my hatred for you is eternal.
All right. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We'll see you on the next Primetime Muscle.